Madhuri Saki Sameda Premika Varada Thakurji. By the grace of Punyu Guruvayurappan, we are really blessed to learn Bhagavatam. Today is Sunday class. It's Sunday morning in USA and evening in Mumbai. And we are learning Dhruva Charitram. We saw already last time 4.9 where Bhagavan appears before Dhruva. After Dhruva did intense tapas by the grace of Narada. And then Dhruva did tapas and Bhagavan appears. Bhagavan blessed him. He said, you will rule for 36,000 years with great name and fame. And at the end you will attain Dhruva Loka. And so, receiving such high blessing and darshan of Bhagavan, Dhruva Mahārāja came back. Then, Bhagavan will give darshan and go away. Then we have to come back to samsara. It is our experience, all of us who go for Sri Guruji darshan, we go and then, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour darshan, then we have to come back to world, isn't it? Like that, our Dhruva Mahārāja, he has to come back and, live the rest of his life. So today's chapter is telling Dhruva got married. He had 2 wives and he had 3-4 children. And then he was his brother Uttama was killed in a battle with the Yakṣas. These Yakṣas are very powerful beings. They are like, in between the Devas and the higher beings. They are having semi-divine powers. They are mostly good, but they can also be cruel. And many times we see stories in Mahabharata also where Yudhishthira was tested by a Yaksha. So these are, higher beings who have higher powers who can test us in many situations. So, a Yaksha killed Uttama and Dhruva became very angry. Uttama's mother Suruchi went looking for him, and in that forest, as she was searching him, she died. And after this, Dhruva became very angry, so he went and attacked, went to that Loka called Alakapuri in the northern Himalaya regions. And then he blew his conch and is inviting all the Yakshas for battle, and fierce battle ensues. All that Shlokas are describing. And even though Dhruva is so powerful and he is fighting very valiantly, the Yakshas, they cover him with arrows and all weapons, and Dhruva lies down, became unconscious. And in the last Shloka, we see the Munis, the sages are all praying for Dhruva, such great Dhruva, who got blessing of Narayana. He cannot die like this. And so they all say a prayer, and that prayer is giving Nama Mahima. So these are 30 shlokas. We'll try to finish the whole chapter without going so deep into the fighting meaning, all the meanings where the shlokas are telling about the fight. We'll just go fast. And then we'll come to the shloka 30, which is the Nama Mahima. And so let us begin. All this is condensed in one shloka in Narayanyam. Dhruva Charitram 17th canto and one shloka. Yakshena deva nihate punarutthamesmin yakshai sayuddha nirato virato manupya shanta prasanna hridayat dhanadadu pedate tvat bhaktimeva sudridam avrunun mahatma. In one shloka, the whole chapter is described. Yaksha attacked Uttama. Uttama was killed. Dhruva attacks, and so many Yakshas are killed, so many soldiers are killed. Swayambhuva Manu, he is the grandfather of Dhruva. He comes and gives advice to Dhruva to stop the battle, and then Dhruva stops. And then Kubera, the lord of wealth, the lord of the Yakshas, he comes and blesses Dhruva and tells him, ask me any boon. I am pleased with your peaceful nature. Ask me anything, I will give, says Kubera. And Dhruva says, enough of this asking and enough of this getting entangled. Give me bhakti to Guru Vairappan. Tvat bhakti meva sudridam avranon mahatma. That one shloka describes the whole chapter. Dhruva asks for bhakti. So let us study the shlokas today. 10th chapter, 4.10. अथ दशमोऽध्यायः मैत्रेय उवाच प्रजापतेर्दुहितरम् शिशुमारस्य वै ध्रुवः उपयेमे भ्रमिं नाम tat-sutau kalpa-vatsarau प्रजापतेर्दुहितरम् शिशुमारस्य वै ध्रुवः उपयेमे भ्रमिं नाम tat-sutau kalpa-vatsarau इलायामपि भार्यायां वायोः पुत्र्यां महाबलः पुत्रम् उtkala-nāmānaṁ yoṣid-ratnam अजीजनत् इलायाम् अपि भार्यायां वायोः पुत्र्यां महाबलः पुत्रम् utkala-nāmānaṁ yoṣid-ratnam अजीजनत्. A manusha in the bhumi. Dhruva did tapas in the on the earth in Madhuvana, in Vrindavana only. Dhruva is of the earth. But see, those in those yugas, they marry from different lokas. So Brahma Lokatila Prajapati Shishumara, his daughter Brahmi, Dhruva marries her. So see those days how even the Pandava Arjuna goes to Devaloka. And they have access to different lokas in those days. But now, manhood energy and intelligence are all very stunted now. So we don't have access to such places, but they do exist. We are all in manushas. Manushad kamela pitrikal, pitrikal kamela gandharva, gandharva kamela devatas, yakshas, and even above that is the prajapati. They are like the sons of Brahma. So many grades. And higher, bhakti and siddhi they have such Prajapati or daughter he marries, even though he is from the earthly place. So Dhruva married the daughter of Prajapati Shishumara. Her name is Brahmi, and he had two sons. They were Kalpa and Vatsara. So Prajapati Duhitaram Shishumarasya वै ध्रुवः उपयेमे भ्रमिं नाम tat-sutau kalpa-vatsarau. Kalpa and Vatsara, two sons were born. Then he also married Ilayam api bharyayam Vayo putrya mahā-balaḥ, the daughter of Vayu Bhagavan. Vayu Bhagavan is Devata. So he married his daughter called Ila, and he had one son called Utkala, and also a beautiful daughter, a very beautiful daughter. Utkala, he was born a Jnani, and he did not get entangled in samsara, and he, just attained Bhagavan. Apepata Utkala, he just mentioned one line in Bhagavatam. After that, the Vamsha of Dhruva will be described in later chapters. So these are the sons of and children of Dhruva. Prajapatir-dulitaram Shishumarasya vai Dhruvaha upayeme Brahmin nama tat-sutau kalpa-vatsarau ilayamapi bharyayam vayo putrya mahā-balaḥ putram utkala-nāmānaṁ yoṣid-ratnam ajijanate uttamastvakritodvaho mrikayayam baliyasa atah puṇya-janenādrau tan-mātāsya gatim gata uttamastvakritodvaho mrigayayam baliyasa atah puṇya-janenādrau tan-mātāsya gatim gata Dhruvo bhrātṛ-vadhaṁ śrutva kopāmarṣa-śucārpitaḥ jaitram syandanamāsthāya gatah puṇya-janālayam. Dhruvo bhrātṛ-vadhaṁ śrutva kopāmarṣa-śucārpitaḥ Jaitram Syandanamastaya Gatah puṇya-janālayam. To the northern region of Himalayas, and there he was killed by a Yaksha. Hatah puṇya-janenādrau tan-mātāsya gatim gada, and his mother went looking for him, and she too died. When Dhruva heard about it, Dhruvo bhrātṛ-vadhaṁ śrutva kopāmarṣa-śucārpitaḥ, he became very angry. Jaitram Syandanamastaya, he took his chariot and he went to the land of the Yakṣas, the glorious land called Alakapuri. Gatah puṇya-janālayam, Jaitram Syandanamastaya, Gatah puṇya-janālayam. Gatvodīchim disham raja, rudrānucara-sevitām, tadarša himavad-droṇyāṁ, purim guhyaka-saṅkulām. Gatvodīchim disham raja, rudrānucara-sevitām, tadarša himavad-droṇyāṁ, purim guhyaka-saṅkulām. Dadmau shankam bṛhad-bāhuḥ, kham dishascha-nunādayan. yenodvigna-dṛśaḥ kshattah, upadevyo-astra-sanvrisham. Again, gatvodīchim disham raja, rudrānucara-sevitām, dadarša himavad-droṇyāṁ, purim guhyaka-saṅkulām. Dadmau shankam bṛhad-bāhuḥ, kam dishascha-nunādayan. yenodvigna-dṛśaḥ kshattah, upadevyo-astra-sanvrisham. Alakapuri, and they are lot of guhyakas, and they are also bhutaganas. They are all attendants of Shiva. Kubera is a Shiva Bhakta, and he became so prosperous and wealthy by serving Lord Shiva only. So all these guhyakas, they are also like Yakṣas, they are all over there. And Dhruva reaches that place and he blew his conch, and the sound of the conch sent reverberation in the entire place, and all the people got frightened. yenodvigna-dṛśaḥ kshattah, upadevyo-astra-sanvrisham. Tato nishkramya balina upadeva-mahā-bhaṭāḥ, asahantah tan-ninādam avipetu-rudāyudah. Again, tato nishkramya balina upadeva-mahā-bhaṭāḥ, asahantah tan-ninādam avipetu-rudāyudah. Satānāpatato vīra ugradhanva mahārathah, ekaikam yugavat-sarvān ahan bāణैस्त्रिभिस्त्रिभिः. Satan apatato vīra ugradhanva mahārathah, ekaikam yugavat-sarvān ahan bāणैस्त्रिभिस्त्रिभिः. Shanka, all the Guhyaka army came out to fight. They are all very powerful. Dhruva also, he started fighting. He sent 3 arrows at one time and started fighting. Very valiant warrior Dhruva is. Satana apatato vīra ugradhanva mahārathah, ekaikam yugavat-sarvān ahan bāణैस्त्रिभिस्त्रिभिः. Munu arrow at one time. He's sending and attacking. Devai lalāṭalagnaihi, devai lalāṭalagnaistahi, ishubihi sarva evahi, matvā nirastamātmānaṁ, āshamsan karma tasya tat. Devai lalāṭalagnaistahi, ishubihi sarva evahi, matvā nirastamātmānaṁ, āshamsan karma tasya tat. Tepi chamum amrishyantah, tepi chamum amrishyantah, padasparshamivoragaha, sharairavidyam yugapade, dvigunam prachikeshavah. Tepi chamum amrishyantah, padasparshamivoragaha, sharairavidyam yugapade, dvigunam prachikeshavah. Arrows, and Dhruva is sending three arrows at one time and attacking, very fierce warrior. And the Gukyakas are all amazed to see his skill. But they are not going to give up. So they want to attack even doubly more. So they start sending 6 arrows at one time. And very fierce attack starts. So as we try to, in Sundaraganda, we see the Shurasa Mata, her mouth opens wider and wider, right? And Hanumanji becomes big, her mouth becomes bigger. Then Hanumanji increases his form, she becomes even more bigger. Like that, if we try to attack and fight with Maya, she becomes bigger. She becomes bigger and bigger. Then finally, Hanumanji suddenly became so small and just went inside her mouth and came out. So it shows that when we try to counter Maya, she can become big only. So then what we have to do, we have to be very intelligent and say thank you very much, bye-bye, and go inside and come out like that. அதுதான் மாயை நம்மளால ஜெயிக்க முடியாது. இதுதான் powerful. So here the Guhyakas, they say, you send 3 arrows, we'll send 6 arrows. So the fighting becomes very intense. Te pichamum amrishyantah, they are not tolerating Dhruva. They attack. Padasparsham ivoragaha sharaira vidyam yugabade dvigunam prachikeshavaha tata pariganistrimshaihi prasashola parashvadaihi shaktrishtibir bhushundibhihi chitravajai sharairapi tata pariganistrimshaihi prasashola parashvadaihi shaktrishtibir bhushundibhihi चित्रवाजै शरैरपि अभ्यवर्षन् प्रकुपिताः सरथं सहसारथिम् इच्छन्तः तत्प्रतीकर्तुम् अयुतानि त्रयोदश अभ्यवर्षन् प्रकुपिताः सरथं सहसारथिम् इच्छन्तः तत्प्रतीकर्तुम् अयुतानि त्रयोदश 1,000 Gukyakas came to attack Dhruva. Tata pariganistrimshaihi prasashula parashvadaihi, various different kind of weapons are used. Shaktrishtibir bhushundibhihi chitravajai sharairapi abhyavarshan prakupitaha saratham sahasarathim icchantaha tat pratikartum ayutani trayodasha. They are covering Dhruva and attacking on all sides, and Dhruva could not be even seen. Dhruva was covered with all the arrows and all the weapons. Autanapadissa tada shastravarshena bhurina na upadrishyadachanna asarena yathagirihi. Autanapadissa tada shastravarshena bhurina na upadrishyadachanna asarena yathagirihi. Ahakarastadaivasi siddhanam divi pasyatam hatoyam manava suryo magna puṇya-janādrave. Ahakarastadaivasi siddhanam divi pasyatam hatoyam manava suryo magna puṇya-janādrave.
Chapravasthena bhurina navubadishchirjanna asarena yadagini ahagarastadevasi siddhanam divi pashyata haduyam manava suryo magna puṇyo-janādrave.
Then will be covered with rain and snow. Like that, Dhruva is covered with all the arrows. He could not be even seen. And all the people watching this, they are saying, ha ha, sure priyarde, our Dhruva, is he okay? Like that, all were worried about Dhruva. Ha ha karastadaivasi siddhanam divi pashyatam. All the celestials are watching the battle. They saw Dhruva became unconscious. Adoyam manava suryo magna puṇya-janādrave. And they are all saying the grandson of Swayambhuva Manu, he has been, defeated by the Gukyakas. So, autanapadista-tada shastravarshena bhurina na upadrishyadachanna asarena yathagirihi ahakarastadaivasi सिद्धानां दिवि पश्यताम् अदोऽयं मानवः सूर्यो मग्न पुण्यजनार्णवे न दत्सु यातु दानेषु जयकाशिष्वतो मृधे उददिष्टत्रथस्तस्य नीहारादिव भास्करः न दत्सु यातु दानेषु जयकाशिष्वतो मृधे उददिष्टत्रथस्तस्य नीहारादिव भास्करः धनुर्विस्फूर्जयन् दिव्यं द्विषतां खेदमुद्वहन् अस्त्रौघं यदमद्बाणैः घनानेकमिवानिलः. Dhruva got up just like the sun would emerge from the thick covering of mist. Again Surya Bhagavan will shine like that. Dhruva again managed to get up and again he started fighting. धनुर्विस्फूर्जयन् दिव्यं द्विषतां खेदमुद्वहन् अस्त्रौघं यदमद्बाणैः घनानीकमिवानिलः तस्य ते चापनिर्मुक्ता भित्त्वा वर्माणि रक्षसा कायानाविविशुस्तिग्मा गिरीन् अशनयो यथा तस्य ते चापनिर्मुक्ता भित्त्वा वर्माणि रक्षसाम् कायानाविविशुस्तिग्मा गिरीन् अशनयो यथा भल्लै सञ्चिद्यमानानां शिरोभिश्चारुकुण्डलैः ऊरुभिर्हेमतालाभैः दोर्भिः वलयवल्गुभिः भल्लै सञ्चिद्यमानानां शिरोभिश्चारुकुण्डलैः ऊरुभिर्हेमतालाभैः दोर्भिः वलयवल्गुभिः. Arrows also pierced through the guryakas, and just like the Indra's thunderbolt weapon will pierce the mountain. Like that, Dhruva managed to attack, and many of them died, and their head is chopped off, and all the heads are scattered in the battlefield. Vallai sanchityamānānaṁ shirovischāru kundalai pūrubirhematalabai dorbihi valayavalgubihi harakeyuramukutaihi उष्णीषैश्च महादनैः आश्रितास्तारणभो रेजुर्वीरमनोहराः आरकेयूरमुकुटैः उष्णीषैश्च महादनैः आश्रितास्तारणभो रेजुर्वीरमनोहराः अथावशिष्टा इतरे रणाजिरात् रक्षो गणाः क्षत्रियवर्यसायकैः प्रायो विवृक्नावयवा विदुद्रुः मृगेन्द्र विक्रीडितयूथपा इव. Again, अथावशिष्टा इतरे रणाजिरात् रक्षो गणाः क्षत्रियवर्यसायकैः प्रायो विवृक्नावयवा विदुद्रुः मृगेन्द्र विक्रीडितयूथपा इव. Dhruva attacked, and then all the guhyakas got scared, and whoever was left, they ran away. So now Dhruva is alone, all the guhyakas, they fled. And now what happens? Apashyamanasta tada tadainam mahamride kanchana manavottamah purim didrikshanna pina vishadrishtvisha namayina veda chikishitam janah. अपश्यमानस्य तदा तथायिनं महामृदे कञ्चन मानवोत्तमः पुरीं दिदृक्षन्नपि न विशद्विषा न मायिना वेद चिकीर्षितं जनः. There were no more armed soldiers now. Dhruva is alone. Then he thought, let me go inside Alakapuri. But then he thought, you never know what these enemies are up to. They are very cruel and very treacherous enemies. So Dhruva did not go inside their Alakapuri. He didn't enter inside. So he's still waiting to see what they are going to do next. And then a fierce shower of various scary things fall from the sky. Granite stones and various asuras sort of magic tricks they are deploying to send all kind of things which are falling from the sky. That's the next one. Itimruvam Shitra Rathasvasarathim Yatta Paresham Pratiyoga Shankitaha शुश्राव शब्दं जलदे रिवेरितं नभस्वदो दिक्षु रजोन्वदृश्यत इति ब्रुवं चित्ररथ स्वसारथिं यत्तः परेशा प्रतियोगशङ्गितः शुश्राव शब्दं जलदे निवेरितं नभस्वदो दिक्षु रजोन्वदृश्यत. Charioteer, what to do next? And suddenly heard loud noises as though the ocean is, going to be inundated with floods. Like that, the ocean is rising, and then the huge dust and clouds of dust are coming, and big storm is coming, and huge, roaring, thundering noises are heard. Chanena chadidam yoma ghanadikena sarvadaha vispura tadita dikshu trasayatstanayitnuna. क्षणेनाच्छादितं व्योम घनानीकेन सर्वतः विस्फुरत्तडिता दिक्षु त्रासयत्स्तनयित्नुना ववृषु रुधिरौगाश्रिपूयविन्मूत्रमेधसः निपेतुर्गगनादस्य कबन्धान्यग्रतो नग ववृषु रुधिरौगाश्रिपूयविन्मूत्रमेधसः निपेतुर्गगनादस्य कबन्धान्यग्रतो नग. Very scary things are falling from the skies. Flash of lightning and thunder. Heavy storms are coming. And then, not only that, the rain of, all bad things are falling from the sky, like blood and phlegm and all those are falling from the sky. Vavrushuritiraugāsrit puya-janenādrau nipeturgaganādasya kabandhānya-grato-naga. Heads are falling, chopped heads are all falling from the sky. Such scary things are happening. Tadakye drishyata girihi nipeduhu sarvato disham gada pariganistrimsha musalaha sashmavarshinaha. Tadakye drishyata girihi nipedu sarvato disham gada pariganistrimsha musalaha sashmavarshinaha. Ahayosha nishvasa vamanto agnirushakshibiri abhyadhavan gajamattaha simhavyagrashchayutashah. Ahayosha ninishvasa vamanto agnirushakshibiri abhyadhavan gajamattaha simhavyagrashchayutashah. Serpents and elephants and lions and tigers are falling to the skies. Ahayosha nishvasa vamanto agnirushakshibiri abhyadhavan gajamattaha simhavyagrashchayutashah. Samudra urmi birbhimaha plavayan sarvato bhuvam asasada mahārāja kalpanta iva vishanaha. Samudra urmi birbhimaha plavayan sarvato bhuvam asasada mahārāja kalpanta iva vishanaha. Evam vidānyānekāni trasanāni amanasvinām sastrujustighmagataya asurya mayaya suraha. Different ways they are trying to frighten Dhruva. These Yakṣas are very cruel by nature, and so they create various kind of terrifying things for Dhruva. And amanasvinām, the less intelligent people like me will get frightened by this. Whenever some danger comes, our buddhi fails us and we get frightened. Why we get frightened? Because our buddhi is not sharp to have courage and face it. So like this, the Yakṣas will harm us. They attack Dhruva and they frighten him. Evam vidānyānekāni trasanāni amanasvinām sastrujustighmagataya asurya mayaya sura. இப்பேற்பட்ட maya tricks they are using and frightening them. Dhruve prayuktam asuraihi tamaya atidustaram nishamya tasya munayah shamasham san samagata. All the munis are watching this maya of Sri Hari dustaram. அது வந்து mama maya duratyayanu bhagavan சொல்றார். So now all the sages are praying. See the beautiful shloka coming up. Dhruve prayuktam asuraihi tamayam atidustaram nishamya tasya munayah Shamasham samagataha. Munaya uchuhu autana pade bhagavamstava shargadanva devaha kshinotva vanatarti haro vipakshan yennamadheyam abhidaya nishamya chadda lokonjasa tarati dustaram angamrityum. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Such Maya attacks, what is the remedy? The Nama of Sri Hari. Autana Pade, Bhagavam Stava Shargadanva, Devaha Kshirotva, Vanatarti Haro Vipakshan, Yennamadheyam Abhidaya Nishamya Chadda, Lokonjasa Tarati Dustaram Angam Mrityum. Maya, the magical warfare of very formidable nature, they are attacking Dhruva with all this Maya illusory tricks. Every normal person can face it, right? So the sages are all coming and they are all praying for Dhruva. The Munis, they are saying, may that Lord who holds the Shangadhanva, the beautiful bow Shangadhanva, may that Lord Narayana protect Dhruva and kill all his enemies. The mere name of Bhagavan, uttering that name, the people cross even this death. They also surmount big difficulties like even Mrityuye Jaichurrale, the Nama of Bhagavan is so auspicious and powerful. May the Nama save him. This Bhagavatam is the most auspicious Purana. It gives the Nama Mahima. Even before Kali Yuga, this Nama Prabhavam was not even known to the people. Only few people know the Nama Mahima. And so we in Kali Yuga are really blessed because we have Nama, the easy way to chant and attain the grace of Sri Hari and pass all difficulties. So many example. One day Kabir Das ji sent his son Kamal to Tulsi Das ji. Tulsi Das ji always chants Nama continuously, and Tulsi Das ji chanted Ramanam on a Tulsi leaf, and he put the juice of that leaf into 10 lepers, and the leprosy ullava, they recover when they just the juice of the Nama that is in the leaf, Tulasi leaf is sprinkled over them. The lepers recover from leprosy. Then Kabir Das ji sent Kamal to another sadhu, and this time I think it was Surdas ji or somebody. And Surdas ji says, there is a corpse floating in the river, bring that corpse here. Or a dead body, at the river lake, bring that. And the dead body is brought to him. He just whispers Ra, not even Ra Maya, just the Ra. He whispers that on his right ear, and the corpse got up and started, walking. Corpse recovered. This is the glory of Nama. You cannot even comprehend the extent of the glory of Rama Nama. Our Kabir Das ji says, I shall peel my skin and make a shoe for the person who chants Ramanama. For the Ramanama Mahima, people do not realize. Keep chanting that it will give that inward bliss and it will make you one with the divine as you keep chanting. Such is the greatness of Namane. Bhagavatam is teaching. So this Bhagavata Purana, it is most auspicious and it gives this teaching of very easily passing now all the difficulty by chanting Nama. We all are Guruji's Shishyas, so we know the Mahimay of Nama. Again and again Guruji drills it into us, so we chant again and again. When I was, by Guru Vayappan's grace, I had darshan recently, and in Premika Bhavanam, our Guruji is, suppose Guruji is this laptop, I'm looking at the screen, right? So if Guruji is sitting like that and I am sitting here, one person, an old person, to me he looked like Hanumanji only, old and very old person, dressed in Panchagajam. And he came and he was talking to Guruji a lot of things in Tamil. And then after a few minutes, Guruji sat in the posture of a dhyana and leaning on the wall. And then the person, he sits in front of Guruji like this, one on one, and he just chants Rama 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 Rama. He's just chanting. Guruji is just sitting in that dhyana posture for about 10-15 minutes. Just nama. அவர் அப்படி உட்கார்ந்து பண்றார், குருஜி அப்படியே தியானத்துல கேட்கிறார். This is what I just saw one last week, few days ago. அப்பேற்பட்ட நாம மகிமா, the munis are praying for Dhruva, saying munayauchu autanapade bhagavam stava shankadanva. Hey Guruvayurappa, you hold the shankadanva. Please protect your dear child Dhruva. Please destroy his enemies, Krishna. Nama Mahima சொல்றதுக்கு தான் we want to study this chapter and see how the rishis are telling, hey Krishna, please save your Dhruva. The mere uttering of your name will destroy all our sins and even remove the fear of death. இதுக்கு மேல என்ன இருக்கு? The fear of death, it will remove. That is the power of your glory of your name. Autanapade bhagavam stava shargadhanva devah kshinotva vanatarti haro vipakshan yennamadheyam abhidaya nishamya chadda lokonjasa tarati dustaramanga mrityum gopika jivana smaranam govinda govinda. Sadguru Mahārāja ki jai. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.